Hi everyone! So today I decided I was gonna go pick up my typewriter and I thought you might want to come along. So much snow! Look at all that snow! We had a storm yesterday. It wasn't that bad. So to avoid slipping on any ice, I decided to tell you guys my typewriter story in the car versus while trying to walk to my car. So yeah, I am going to pick up my typewriter today because my boyfriend and I went to Nashville about, I think it was in November or October of last year. And we were there for a really quick weekend, and I saw that there was a flea market going on in the Nashville area, and I asked him if we could go for, a couple hours, whatever. So he's a good sport, and he went with me. And we were just walking around. I wasn't planning on buying anything big because we still had to fly home, and I would then have to pay for extra luggage, and no one wants to do that. And I didn't see it, but he did. And he told me, he was like, "Hey honey, you've been looking for a typewriter. There's a blue one right there." I love blue, so I was, always attracted to anything blue. He was like, "Want to just check it out and see?" So I did. Tested it. There were a couple of keys that were sticky and some weren't really working. The guy wanted $40, I think $45 for it, and I was like, no, I don't want to pay that much for it, especially when I also had to pay for the to ship it home or to pay for the luggage to come home. So I said, no, honey, let's just pass. It's not worth it. We walked around for probably another hour or two because there was just so much to see. If you're ever in Nashville and you're in town when they have the flea market, I definitely recommend you going. There's so much stuff. It's so different than the flea markets I have in my area. And before we left, he was like, "Are you sure you don't want to at least try to bargain and find out, what he would come down to?" And I don't like bargaining, even though I do it occasionally, but if I'm attached to something, I have a really hard time bargaining for it. So I said to him, I was like, "Well, I'm willing to pay $20 for it, max. No more than $20. That's all I want to spend on it." And he was like, "Okay, so why don't you offer that to him? And then walk away if you don't if he says no." And I said, I'm too scared. I can't do it. So I was like, "Can you do it for me?" And he goes and he walks up to the guy and he says, "Hey, I'm liking your typewriter, let's do a $20 even, one bill." And the guy said, "Okay." And I bought a typewriter. It was crazy. It was great because I didn't have to go and discuss it with this seller, and my boyfriend had no attachment to it. So for him, it was super, super easy to not have to talk to him more than, just saying my lowest offer, my best offer is $20. And it's either you sell it to me or you don't. And the guy said yes, and it was just super exciting. The only funny part was he realized he wasn't sure if either one of us had $20, as in $1 bill, or one single currency bill. Luckily, I did have some cash on me and did have a $20 bill. So I bought my typewriter. We hadn't figured out how we were going to fix it. I think my next big obstacle was trying to bring it home, which wasn't so bad. I ended up having a carry-on and a checked bag. So it was my carry-on and I checked one of my bags. Oh well. And I brought my typewriter home. So I think it was within that week, my boyfriend was trying to figure out where we could get it fixed. And you'd be surprised there aren't that many typewriter businesses anymore. So when he found one in New Jersey, which is where we live, he called, I don't think he called them up, but he looked into them and I don't know what day, it was a random Friday. We got back from a trip that he also took off. He decided to drive it down and see if the guy could get it fixed for me. And it ends up being my birthday present. So, because they're only open from Monday through Friday, my boyfriend can't go get it because he has to go to work. So I am going to go down and pick up my birthday present, and I hope it's like brand spanking new, because the guy technically is supposed to clean it and you know, help me fix the keys and even put in a new roll of ink for me. So I am super excited, and I really wanted you guys to come along, so I thought I'd bring you with me and tell you a little bit about the story and show you the shop that's fixing up my typewriter. I guess that's it for now. Just ride along, and I'll talk to you in a little bit.
Your destination is on the right.
A driveway right here. Here we go. Here. Park. Hopefully that wasn't too bad of a drive for you guys. But we're here. Should be quicker for you because I would fast forward all that driving. It's nice and sunny today. Not sure if you can see that sign. It's called Carl's Business Machines. It's actually really cool if you check out the website. They actually rent out typewriters to movies too. I think one of the recent ones was Hidden Figures. Oh my God. It was not that color when I got it. That's so pretty.
It was kind of dirty.
Well, I did buy it from a flea market, so.
It's a cute machine. It's really nice. It's in great condition. The only thing is I noticed is right here, this is faded.
Yeah, that's okay.
But other than that, it's in really nice condition.
Yeah. Oh, well, thanks to you guys, it's now in
nice
really,
condition.
really good condition. I can actually use it.
Yes.
It's fantastic.
And here was in Hidden Figures, and same with the ones up there.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, some of them. Some of the other ones are for a movie that's coming out yet.
Ah.
It's not quite out yet, so.
No, that's really cool.
Yeah, it's exciting. It really is. Yeah, nylon.
Look how awesome it looks. I hope you guys enjoyed coming with me picking up my typewriter. If you ever need your typewriter fixed in New Jersey, definitely should come to Carl's Business Machine. Have a good one, everyone. Hope you enjoyed coming along with me on my trip to pick up my typewriter. For this page, I wanted to do something a little special, so I printed out a black and white typewriter on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. And I'm going to use it as a template to poke holes so that I can stitch this typewriter. I'm using washi tape to tape down the paper so that it doesn't move, and I'm going to use this paper piercer to poke holes about every 5 millimeters between the dots so that I can stitch the outline of this typewriter. You can probably find a cut file on the Silhouette website and use your Cameo to cut out this shape or to even poke holes for you on your cardstock. But I'm using this method because I'm too lazy to pull out my Cameo. So I think it's actually a lot quicker just to print out an 8.5 by 11 picture and use that as a template instead. Please let me know in the comments below if you enjoyed this kind of clip where I take you on a field trip and we come home and do a scrapbook layout. I'll definitely try to do some more if you guys like these. Now that I've poked all the holes I needed for my stitching, I selected a thread that I thought matched the color of my typewriter. My typewriter is a nice blue jay kind of colored blue, and I picked out this really nice blue embroidery floss. I'm going to fast forward this part because I don't think you want to watch me stitch this entire typewriter. But I just do a simple back stitch for this stitching portion of the page. A couple hours later, I have a completely stitched typewriter. Because I am scrapbooking about my typewriter, of course my typewriter should come into play. I decided that I wanted to use my typewriter to do my journaling. So I brought my typewriter out and showed you guys how nicely it works. My journaling was just a recap about how my boyfriend and I went to Nashville, and we went to the Nashville flea market, and I ended up coming home with this typewriter. My boyfriend, being the awesome boyfriend he is, he went and found a local repair store and was able to help me get this typewriter all cleaned up and all fixed up so that I can actually use it. Now with my journaling all typed up, I knew exactly where I wanted to put it. I made sure that the width of my journaling was not exceeding the width of the typewriter because I wanted to look like the paper was coming out of the typewriter and it'd be coming out of the page. So I am cutting down my journaling so that it fits within the width of the typewriter, and I'll be taking an X-Acto knife and cutting a horizontal line right along where the paper will be coming out. So I would be able to slip the paper into the typewriter and then tape it on the back, and then I'll be able to add some pop dots to look like the paper sticks out off the page. Now for my photo, I took another slanted photo again because I was trying to get a picture of myself and my typewriter. I didn't like how long it was, so I decided to cut a part of it off. I wasn't cutting much of the typewriter out of the photo, so just a little, about an inch or so, and I'm slanting my photo so that the typewriter looks a little more horizontal with the actual stitch typewriter. Originally, I was going to use these October Afternoon sticky keys to add the actual keyboard letters to the typewriter, but I decided at the end that I just wanted to put my title there, and I spelled out Nashville. I was going to write the title to be Nashville Typewriter, but once I finished spelling out Nashville, I realized that I did not have another E, so I had to change my title, and I decided to call it Nashville Find. My title Nashville find was not going to take up much space in that area, so I decided to add a gold sticker that says awesome and made the title Nashville Awesome Find. I finally committed my photo to placing it on the left side of the stitched typewriter and leaving it on a slant. What I really wanted to use was this Dear Lizzie puffy sticker that was of a teal typewriter. It matched my typewriter 100%. It was adorable that I had to use it on this page. Now I'm going to embellish with some gold stickers. I really like these glittered triangles, so I only had 2, and I ended up trying to do a diagonal composition with them, one in the upper left and then one in the lower right. And then I'm adding some chipboard hearts that were blue and had some speckles of gold in them to just add more to the embellishment clusters that I've started. I'm also going to be adding another heart right next to the typewriter because that will be my 3rd embellishment cluster on the page. When I think about a typewriter, I also think about the ink the ribbon is on. So I really wanted to add some ribbon to this page. I had some trouble figuring out where it would go, so I'm going to add that a little bit later. Right now I found some flair that I thought would be really cute to add on to the page, as well as to the 3 embellishment areas. This flair that I'm adding says documented. The flair that I'm adding to the upper left is one of the days of the week. And then I'm adding one more that says here and there, right by the typewriter. I felt like there was a little too much space above my journaling. I had this leftover piece of acetate that said remember, and I thought it would be a great intro to my journaling. So I added that to the top with my tiny attacher. I tried to hide the staples in the design, and I end up being able to hide them in the letter R's. I wanted to keep embellishing, so I pulled out these blue chipboard hearts and added them to the 3 embellishment areas. And lastly, I added my ribbon, and I wanted the ribbon to feel like it's flowing. So I didn't glue the entire piece down. I started the one side at the bottom right, connecting it to the document flare, and then I curled it a little bit, glued it down again, and had it just end on the other side, the other bottom left-hand corner. I just used hot glue because it was the easiest and fastest way to glue down the ribbon. I also didn't have to hold it down for the adhesive to dry. And that's pretty much my layout. So I hope you enjoyed coming along with me on the trip and joining me in creating this page. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. I hope you have a crafty day.